The report determined that U.S. strike upon the MSF Trauma Center in Kunduz City, Afghanistan, was the direct result of human error compounded by systems and procedural failures. The medical facility was misidentified as a target by U.S. personnel who believed they were striking a different building several hundred meters away.
The building they did strike was a busy trauma centre, the only one of its kind in Afghanistan's northeast, where doctors were trying to clear a backlog of surgeries. When the airstrikes began, there were 105 patients. Staff who weren't working, sleeping inside, kept at the hospital because of fears they might be kidnapped. The fear they might be bombed minimised, they thought, when 3 days earlier they again communicated their coordinates to the US Department of Defence.
The aircrew visually located the closest, largest building near the open field.
The American bomber crew targeted the wrong building, aiming in the wrong place for Taliban fighters, and no one back at headquarters checked the no-strike list.
The headquarters was aware of the coordinates for the MS Trauma Center and had access to the no-strike list, but did not realize that the grid coordinates for the target matched a location on the no-strike list, or that the aircrew was preparing to fire on the hospital.
Taliban fighters had taken control of large parts of Kunduz 5 days before the strikes. Here they are massing before that offensive. The counter-offensive against them, led by US and Afghan special forces, took longer than expected. They'd holed up in a government building the night of the strike. Afghan forces requested air support. The US Special Ops commander was back at base.
The proximate cause of this tragedy was the direct result of avoidable human error, compounded by process and equipment failures. In addition, the report found that fatigue and a high operational tempo contributed to this tragedy.
The US military has suspended those officers most closely involved in what happened. MSF says the catalogue of errors outlined today reveals gross negligence by US forces and violations of the rules of war. They've repeated their call for an independent, impartial investigation. Kylie Morris, Channel 4 News, Washington.